Alright, Shalom. Shalom. I'm back again. So lucky I had to cut that lesson short because I had to do some stuff, but I'm back again, walking and talking once more. And so basically I was talking about OJ Simpson's wife. And the reason why I was talking about this is because I wanted to make a point of how you're not supposed to be fearful, because Yahweh, he knows a fearful spirit, because he gives you those fears. But the fact of the matter is that you're not supposed to fear anything other than Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. Right? That's all you're supposed to fear. So lucky it's a bit loud, I'm going on the escalator. I hope you can hear me. I'll just wait till I come off. Right. So you're not supposed to fear anything but Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. Right? Now the reason why I'm going into the case of OJ Simpson is because his wife, I believe her name was Nicole Simpson, she got stabbed to death, and the guy she was having an affair with got stabbed to death with her. I should say the guy she was committing adultery with got stabbed to death with her, right? And it was OJ Simpson who done it, and the case was a huge trial in, like, I think 94, 95, 93, 94, 95, around that time. That was a big trial, right? Now the reason why I'm bringing it up is because of the way she died. Now if you do your research, all throughout her life, his wife, Nicole Simpson, I think her name was, she had a phobia of knives, right? She was terrified of knives, right? But the ironic thing is that in the way she died, she got butchered, man. You can do your research on this thing. You can see the autopsy photos of her after obviously she'd been murdered, right? But she got stabbed up, and the guy who was with her got stabbed up too, and it was OJ that did it. But the fact of the matter is, the way OJ killed her, he killed her with knives because he knew that was her greatest fear, and he wanted to make her suffer. Now really it's the Spirit of the Lord that made him do this stuff, because what does Deuteronomy 32 verse 39 say? Let me get it. Deuteronomy 32 and verse 39 says, "See now that I, even I am he, and there is no power with me. I kill, right? And I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand," right? It's like if it looks like I've got my hood on, my hood's not on. It's just over the back part of my head. The top of my head is uncovered, as you can see. It's a bit cold out here tonight, so I've got the hood sort of just half on, sort of thing. But yeah, so basically it was the Most High who killed her, and let me just flick it off, man, it's not staying on anyway. It was the Most High that killed her, and the manner in which she chose for her to die was for her to be stabbed to death, which was her greatest fear, right? Now the reason why I'm mentioning that is because of the point I was making. If you're a fearful person, like let's say you got a phobia of heights, the most I could have it to where you drop off a cliff, yeah? Let's say you've got a fear of deep dark water, the most I will have it to where you might drown to death, right? If you've got a phobia of knives, the most high might have it where you end up getting sliced up and stabbed to death, just like OJ Simpson's wife did, right? Now the reason why I'm saying that is because guys who claim they're in the truth, but yet they're so terrified of the things that Esau may particularly do to them, then you're not in the right spirit, man. You ain't in the right spirit, and you don't understand this truth. And it's these same arseholes that want to talk about faith, you got a faith, all this kind of shit, but you ain't got no fucking faith, man. You're just a fucking faithless dog, man. And the Most High sees that. The Most High sees that, we're supposed to be soldiers in this truth. And if a soldier is fearful, he ain't even supposed to be on the battlefield according to the law. I can't remember where this is, it might be in the book of Judges or whatever, but if Israel was going to war and there was a man whose heart wasn't in it, that man weren't fit to be on the battlefield, man. That man weren't fit to be on the battlefield. And he would have to go home because he weren't right in his head. And that type of fear can be infectious, man. And not only that can that fear be infectious, that can invite demons onto your ass. Demons onto your ass that start perverting your judgment and then you start having evil suspicions towards men you're supposed to be working with. You know what I'm saying? And if you think about it, if you're in that spirit, Esau's kind of won, because Esau's whole thing is to stop the Israelites from coming back together. Why do you think he tries to break down the family units? Why do you think he tries to make Jake niggers in the hood that want to stab people up for their trainers, or if a man looks at them the wrong way, they're ready to stab the man up? You know, the scriptures say in the curses of Deuteronomy 28 that a man's eye shall be evil towards his own brother, roughly paraphrasing. And why do you think that is? Yeah, and if you're coming into this truth and you got that kind of spirit, then you ain't in the right spirit, man. You ain't in the right spirit, because this is the house of David being rebuilt. And as I said in the first part of this, if you ain't gelling with the house of David, then guess what? You might not be at the house of David. The proof is in the pudding, man. The proof is in the pudding. It doesn't really take too much for the truth to be seen, because everybody can see it now. You know, because this is the thing, when you let your perverted judgment determine your actions, and then your actions end up getting you into a precarious situation, and now you're in up shit creek without a paddle, but yet you still want to turn around and point the finger at other men as if other men are in the wrong, when the multitude of evidence is to the contrary. The overwhelming evidence is that you're in the wrong, but because your mind has been blinded and an evil suspicion have overthrown your judgment, you can't even see the truth anymore. You know, it's just madness, man. But at the end of the day, it's all for the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because being called to this truth isn't of ourselves. It's by election. You know, many are called, but few are chosen. So there's men that might be called, but the question is, are you chosen? That's the real question. And nobody can answer that question except Yahweh Yahushai, because only they know who the elect are at this point in time. You know, so me as a man, I can't stand here and say, well, no, that man ain't of the elect, that man ain't of the elect. I can't do that unless the evidence shows that this person ain't right. You know? And if the evidence that the person ain't right, oh, wow, there's another chariot over there. Alright, let me see if I can flick this. No, I can't. I have to stop it to record it. Right, I just saw a chariot before, and there's another one that's shining real bright. Let me see if I walk closer to it, if it will stay there. Salakia. But yeah, basically, time reveals all things, and time will reveal a man's character. So let me get back into getting some precepts here. I was going to read Revelation 20, where are we at? Yeah. Revelation 21, but the fearful, yeah. Revelation 21 and 8 is what I want. It's on the screen now. It says, but the fearful, it starts with that verse. But the fearful, I'll read that one more time so it can sink in. But the fearful and unbelieving and abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars, not just a few, not just half, but all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. So you ain't supposed to be fearful in this thing, as I said. You know, that's why if you're so fucking preoccupied with, and this man might be an agent, and that man might be an agent, now you're fucking now you're bugged out, man. Now you're looking at everybody as if they're a fucking potential agent. You're in that flipping Tupac only fear of death spirit, man. Hey, psst, psst, what's wrong, nigga? Are you afraid to die? You know that song Tupac only fear of death. You're in that fucking paranoia spirit where you're every man is a potential enemy to you, and that's because you're bugged out. And you know what, a lot of that has to do with some of the shit that people were into before they came to the truth. For example, being bugged out on weed smoke, man. That weed smoke puts heavy paranoia demons on you, and I've seen that in my own personal walk that guys ended up getting fucked up in the head because they were smoking weed. You know, I've seen guys end up in mental hospitals simply because they got bugged out on smoking weed, man. So it ain't no joke. Now, if that is the case, then really what one needs to do is fast and pray, because there's only certain demons only go out with prayer and fasting, and some demons are stronger than others, man. And a demon can have you in a spiritual headlock and your ass ain't even aware of it, but yet you claim to have all this discernment. You claim to be, oh, I can see it. Yeah, you can't see shit, man. You can't even fucking see beyond the nose that's on your front of your face, man. And you're just looking like a fool out here. Looking like a fool with every sentence you utter, right? With every sentence you utter, you're digging your own grave. You're digging your own grave further and further. Maybe it's time to take a step back and say, you know what, man? Let me check myself, man. Let me take a bit of time to examine myself. You know, but this is the thing. If brothers are, well, they're not brothers. If guys are in the spirit like, oh, got to do a video every day, and I got to be out there for fucking outstaying my welcome on the street for hours, and then the day bringing out the same fucking precepts, not going into any deep breakdowns. Man don't want to touch Daniel the 2nd chapter. Man don't want to touch Daniel the 7th chapter. Man don't want to get into deep breakdowns, but yet, oh, secret men crept in unawares. There's wicked men. You know, fucking hell, man. Who are you really preaching for? You preaching for other people, or you preaching to satisfy your own flesh? Because what it is, some guys just want to feed their own flesh, and because they feel like they've been done some way in the truth, because things haven't gone the way they planned and it backfired and blew up in their face, now they want to turn around and point a finger at everybody else. But what the fuck are you doing, man? What the fuck are you doing? And you will talk about, but man can teach about prophecy, man can teach about this, but nobody teach about Yahushua. Look, man, didn't the Lord say, not everybody that saith, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven? You know? So some of you guys who even know the name of the Lord, Yahushua's going to turn around and say, depart from me, you workers of iniquity, I never knew you. So this is the thing, man, that's why you got to eat the whole roll. This Bible ain't no joke, man. This Bible ain't no joke. You can't be treating Jude 1, secret men, more importantly than, say, Genesis 49. The prophecy of, say, Judah being like a crouched lion, Benjamin ravening as a wolf. And then you got fools, straight up fools saying, oh, but why has my man got a picture of a wolf as his profile picture? Well, didn't you read Genesis 49? Benjamin shall raven as a wolf. So, okay, is a wolf wicked now? No. This is the thing, it's how you use it. Most of these scriptures are twofold. Is a lion wicked? Well, yeah. Some guys might say, but Satan goeth about as a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. So brothers who have a profile picture of a lion are wicked now? Well, but doesn't it say that Judah is a lion's whelp? And isn't Yahushua coming back as a conquering lion? So things are twofold, man. Just like, for example, a serpent. Is it wicked to have a serpent's intelligence? No. But it's wicked if you're doing it on the left-hand side. But does that make a serpent evil? No. Because we're called to be wise as serpents, harmless as doves. So that just cuts your whole shit right there. And it ain't even hard to do these videos to cut the things, man, because there's so much fucking there's so much flipping nonsense that, I mean, you don't even have to put too much effort into doing a video to cut certain shit that men are talking about. You know, it just comes off the top. But my point is that the Most High has a way of bringing your worst fears upon you. Now, man's goings are of the Lord. How then can a man understand his own way? So if you're fearful and you're always afraid that, oh, Esau's got to do this, and oh, he went and talked to the police, so he's wicked and he's sold out. Dude, Jacob's been getting falsely arrested from the beginning, man. Wasn't the Apostle Peter thrown in prison? Was he not thrown in prison? Right? And what did the church do? They prayed for him. And the angel came and delivered Peter, man. But now all of a sudden, oh, if a brother's talking to the police now, that means he's an agent. Dude, you're lost, man. I don't even know why I'm even bothering to do this video, because it's a lost cause, man. It's a lost cause. Some guys like The spirit of wisdom just ain't dealing with certain men, man. And it comes across in everything they do. So like, bear with me. Let me just get my thing here. Let me get some precepts on what I'm saying. And there's another thing as well, man. Let me get that scripture on Peter. Oh, while I'm on the topic, 1 Peter 5 is a good one to get. But before I get that, right, this says, this is Acts. No, I don't want to get that yet. Seems like I don't have that scripture on deck. Let me get it here. Bear with me. So I want to get right. This is what I want. Acts 12 and verse 5. Right, Acts 12 and verse 5 says, Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made for him without ceasing of the church unto the Most High for him. Right? So when Peter was arrested, all the members of the church prayed that he would be delivered from it. But why does that not apply into this present day? The scriptures say some of you are going to be arrested. And brothers have been arrested for the sake of this gospel. Right? So are we not supposed to pray for those brothers? Or are we supposed to quickly jump to conclusions with no evidence, that this brother's sold out and that he's working with Esau and that he's an agent? Madness, man. You're supposed to prove all things in his truth. Let me get that precept. Prove all things. And men are just making these wild accusations, just swinging wildly. Right, this says, 1 Thessalonians 5 and 21. First Thessalonians 5:21 says, prove all things. Hold fast to that which is good. Let me read that again. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 21 says, prove all things and hold fast to that which is good. But men don't want to do that. As I said, I shouldn't really be calling these people men. They're just characters, man. Some characters don't want to do that. They want to take things and run with it. And they've got no fucking evidence, man. What happened to innocent until proven guilty? Oh, is that no longer part of the law anymore? What the hell does the word Levi mean? It means lawyer, man. Levi means lawyer, so the Most High is a judicial system, right? So how can you convict a man of something that a man ain't even done when there's no evidence? And then there's certain guy, then these characters want to turn around like they're cut because elders ask them for tangible evidence, but yet these guys can't provide it. If you could provide tangible evidence, then you'd have a case. Even in Esau's court system, man, if you go up in there and you've got no case, your trial is going to be thrown out. It's going to be thrown out of the court because they can't really do anything because you've got no fucking evidence, man. But yet, men in the truth that are wicked, you know, they're wicked. Well, what about you, man? What if you're judging incorrectly? Ever think about that? What if you're slandering a man that the Most High has chosen? If you do it to the least of these my brethren, you've done it unto me, Yahushua said. So, I don't know where these guys are coming from with their madness, man. But it's just funny to see. And then the next thing is, you're not when you're in your car, you're not learning. Where the hell did you get that? Where the hell did you get that? What, are you omnipotent? Can you look into the spiritual realm to see when a brother's driving in the car what they're listening to? Now I can testify that when I've travelled in cars with brothers be listening to the apostles in their car. You know, before I even step into the car, they're listening to the apostles. I'm like, oh wow, it's cool, man. You're listening to Apostle of Ramlab or whatever. It's nice to hear the word. You know, or even if I'm in a car with brothers and we're driving and there's no radio on, the conversation is about holy things. We're always talking about scriptures. You know, we're not sitting there talking about fucking Love Island and all this other kind of worldly shit. No, we're talking about scriptures, because that's what we are. That's what we're consumed in. All our thoughts and actions are towards the Most High. Even if a brother has to work a job, even if a brother has a woman, that doesn't stop the fact that the man's mind is with the Most High. Even if he's doing these things, because we are in the world, but we are not of the world. If we were of the world would love his own. Would love his own, but because we are not of this world, but they have chosen us out of the world, therefore the world hateth us, right? But yet even within that, there is a measure, yeah? Some men have a measure to where they'll have family members who believe in the truth too. Or some men have women who might not believe in the truth, but if it pleases them to dwell with us, it's not against the law. Like a man can have a woman that doesn't believe and still be in the truth. A woman can have a husband that doesn't believe but still be in the truth. You know what I'm saying? And it's possible that through your good works that the partner may be converted in due time. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll see your good works and they'll see you're consistent and that you're a man of faith, and they'll be like, hang on, where's this faith coming from? And it might inspire them. You don't know how the Most High's got it set up, man. But guys want to be talking shit and slandering brothers with no evidence. What the fuck is that? Do you think Yahushua is happy about that? No. He's not happy about that at all, because he's a power of wisdom and knowledge. And by him, actions are weighed. You know? So let me bring out another precept here. Even Yahushua got arrested, man. So what, was Yahushua a double agent? You know? Wait, was he selling people out to hell and stuff just because he got arrested? No. This is the thing. Jacob been getting falsely accused, falsely imprisoned since day dot, man. It's nothing new. But does that make a man an agent? No. It's just you and you're bugged out, man, because you want to see a man go down, because you feel some particular way towards a man. Now all your eye is just focused on, I want to see him fall. I want to see him fall. I've got to get him out of the truth. Got to get him out of the truth. He's not in the truth. He ain't man, Lord. What kind of fucking spirit is that, man? That's a wicked ass reprobate spirit, man. And you need to rebuke that demon, otherwise you become that demon. I ain't even fussed about this shit, man, because guys like this ain't even important. You've already been swept away. You've already been swept by the wayside, man, but yet you're still fucking butthurt. Man says, I can't be around men that don't believe. Well, guess what? Now your ass ain't around men that don't believe. You said you didn't want to be around men that don't believe. Now your ass has been excommunicated. You're no longer around men that you claim don't believe, but yet you're still crying about it. You're like a fucking woman, man. You're like a woman that's like, and then they did this to me, and they did that to me, and I was so persecuted, man. And they did this, and then they did that, and then they did this. Man, really, no one ain't done you nothing, man. No one ain't done you nothing. Tell me where a brother's dealt with you not according to the scriptures, and we could do. But it's not even my place, because I'm not an elder like that. But I'm just saying, if you've got a case, bring it. Don't be half-stepping and saying, I don't name names. I don't name names. What the fuck are you talking about, man? The scriptures say, let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. Don't be fucking half-stepping and flipping. It's just so cowardly, man. It's like a little, guys ain't even men, man. And there's another thing, man. Guys want to act like they're fucking the tough guy on the camera, but yet they ain't got shit to say to your face. Ain't got shit to say to your face. You talk to a man, you say to him, hey, look, man, maybe you want to do this, maybe you want to do that. Yeah. Next thing you know, and why is he saying this for? And why is he saying that for? Well, dude, man, why talk to a camera? Why not come and talk to the person who said it to you face to face? I remember now, you're a coward, that's why. And cowardly hearts do cowardly things, you know? It's simple as that. What have you got here? Most High's fed up of your incense, man. guys who want to come to camp, and rather than prophesy, they're too busy trying to run around lighting fucking incense, man. What did the Most High say about incense? Let me get it. This is Isaiah 1. This isn't the time for that stuff, man. Now you can do it. It's not going off to do it, but how does the Most High feel about it at this time? Like, for example, we don't go around making songs of praise for the Most High now, because now's not the time to be, on stage being a music star singing for Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. The song we're supposed to sing is the song of these scriptures, right? Likewise with the incense. When we're in our kingdom and everything's cool and we're back on good terms with the Most High, yeah, our incense will be welcomed by the Most High. But right now, the Most High ain't really feeling that right now. Let me get this, right? Right, where we got? Bear with me, let me just find this one here. Right. Isaiah 1 and 11. This goes into it, right? To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, saith Yahweh? I am full of the burnt offerings of ram and the fat of fed beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks or of lambs or of goats. So we ain't doing the sacrifices the way we used to do them back in the ancient time. Yahweh Shai was the perfect sacrifice, and that's what Yahweh has respect to at this moment in time. So if we was to try and sacrifice a lamb at this point in time, Yahweh ain't feeling that, man. He ain't feeling that. He's only dealing with Yahweh Shai and the blood that Yahweh Shai shed for the elect. So the Most High is only dealing with the elect at this point in time. Reading on, it says, jumping down to verse 12, when you come to appear before me, who have required this at your hand to tread my courts, right? Here's the point, verse 13. Bring no more vain oblations. Incense is an abomination unto me. Let me read that again. Bring no more vain oblations. Incense is an abomination unto me. New moons and Sabbaths, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away with it. It is iniquity, even solemn meeting, right? So the Most High's fed up with your incense, man. But as I said, you've got certain characters in this truth who they're so quick to fucking, all they want to do is burn incense, and they ain't really going into prophecy too tough. Or when they are going into prophecy, they're breaking things down incorrectly, man. Talking about Judah means he is. Judah means he is. Where the hell did you get that breakdown from, man? Judah, going back to Yahweh, means Yahweh thanks. Yahweh thanks because Leah gave thanks unto the Most High when she received another son from him. That's where you get Yahweh from. So it doesn't mean he is, man. The name of the Lord is in Judah's name, but it doesn't mean he is. Simple things, man. But you know what? Simple things end up becoming big things, man. And it's all because some people didn't want to come under the right instruction, because they thought they knew it all. They're the only prophet that has discernment. But what if your discernment's wrong, man? What if your discernment's wrong and you've got a multitude of prophets that are telling you that your discernment is wrong, but yet you want to ignore the prophets? Okay, you keep going with that, man. You keep going with that. We'll see what it gets you. So basically, incense is an abomination at this point in time to the Most High. But what does Most High have respect unto? The prayers of the saints. The prayers of the saints are sweet smell unto Yahweh. Sweet savor. Let me get that. Right. Bear with me and let me find this precept. Right, Revelation 8 verse 4. It says, Let me get this. Starting from Revelation 8 verse 3 actually. And another angel came and stood at the altar having a golden censer. And it was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all the saints upon the golden altar which is before the throne. And the smoke of the incense which came with the prayers of the saints ascended up before the Most High out of the angel's hand. Right? Let me get another one. This is Tobit 12 and 15. It says, I am Raphael, one of the 7 holy angels, which present the prayers of the saints and which go in and out before the glory of the Holy One. So really, it's about praying right now, man. You know, yeah, okay. If you want to light a little bit of incense here and there, okay, that's cool. You're not technically going off. But really, what Yahweh has respect unto, more than that incense, is the prayers of the saints. And as I said, there's certain characters that all they're focused on is flipping burning incense, rather than fucking just doing the work, man. Just teach the word, man. It ain't hard. You don't need to overcomplicate this thing, man. So what else have I got? Where are we at? Right. 1 Peter 5. Right? 1 Peter 5. And 5. It says, likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yea, all of you be subject one to another. Be clothed with humility, for the Most High resisteth the proud, and giveth grace unto the humble. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time. Let me read that again. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Now, these clowns want to talk about how men are senile. What are you? What the fuck are you? Have you got are you medically qualified to make that kind of diagnosis? Well, guess what? If you're saying that about a man and it ain't true, you've just slandered that man. Right? What proof have you got? What evidence have you got that these people are senile? It ain't even hard to cut this shit, right? So you're saying all this kind of shit, right? But yet you're being disrespectful unto elders. How are you going to be saying, I give double honours unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, but yet when the elders that are above you in your own area, which have been set up by the apostles, you don't want to show no respect to them men? Now all of a sudden these men are senile and they can't judge and they have no discernment. You're just being a fucking unruly child, man. You're being an unruly child. And what does the scripture say? Rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. So really, you're the one who's doing witchcraft because you're being rebellious. And you don't want to come under order, and now your ass is out there. Okay, cool, go do your thing, man. Go do your thing, but yeah, every day you still want to harp on about the same topics because you ain't really got no depth, man. The scriptures say, he that drinketh of the water that I give, meaning Yahweh Shai, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. You ain't got no rivers of living water, man. All you got is one topic, and then you can try and throw up titles, try and do lessons, but you always go back to the same point because you're like a fucking broken record with a scratch in it. You can't get out of that groove because that's where your mind has been. Your mind has been seared with this one particular thing, and you can't see the wood for the trees. You know what I mean? All you can see is this one thing, and you're so focused and preoccupied in that one thing that everything else around you, you're blinded to everything else that's going on around you, man. So 1 Peter 5:5. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yea, all of you be subject one unto another and clothed with humility. How can you be humble if you're going around saying, I never take days off. I'm always doing the work. Yeah, well, when brothers try and tell you, man, try and keep your Bible in a good condition and try and keep it with you as much as possible. Now you're getting cut by that and like, oh, how are you going to keep your Bible with you all the time? You can't do that. Are you trying? Furthermore, we know we're not going to have it with us all the time, but we do our best to endeavour that we have it, because it's quite evident that if someone has been through stuff and they've experienced situations where it's like, hey man, I wish I had my Bible with me, man. If you've gone through situations like that, you might understand why a brother might say that to you. But I mean, I don't even want to talk about this shit no more, man, because it's boring to me. Because it ain't really that deep, man. It ain't really that deep, but I just seeing guys wax worse and worse in this thing, it's just sad, man. It's just sad. But the fact of the matter is that if you're fearful, guess what? The Most High will find a way to bring your worst fears upon you because you're a coward, right? Can't be around brothers because you suspect the brothers of being wicked and being agents and all this kind of shit, man. That's why you have to turn tail and run. And what do the scriptures say? The wicked flee when no man pursueth, man. So you have to get your ass out of Dodge, but you want to turn around and slander other men, talking about you don't like all this passive aggressive shit. When you're the most passive aggressive one out there, man. But when brothers bring it straight to your face, you get cut, you get hurt. No, I shouldn't have done that. Fuck you, nigga, man. Fuck you. Because the scriptures say what we're supposed to do, and you ain't doing it. But anyway, man, I want to go into new topics, new things, greener pastures. So with that, I'm going to close this out. I'm just going to read the original point one more time. What's the original point? Revelation. Gotcha. Original point is this. Shouldn't be slandering men. You should not be slandering men. Oh, he's doing this as looking bugged out. He's doing walk and talks looking bugged out. Okay, fair enough. You slander. Keep going. But can you scripturally fault anything that was said? See, you're coming out of all your emotions, man. And your emotions ain't really worth much. The heart is wickedly deceitful. Who can know it? But it's neither here nor there, man. I don't get bothered by that stuff, man, because when you're in this truth, man, and you really understand it, you understand that those who aren't in the faith, they're inconsequential, man. They're already dead, but they just don't know it. Because the judgment has already gone out from the Most High, and the angel's just waiting to execute it. And when the time comes, it's going to execute it. But guess what? The Most High already got your card, man. He already sees what you're about, and people like you are about. So, to close this one, Revelation. (21:8). And it says, but the fearful, and the unbelieving, and the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars. So if you're slandering men without evidence, then that makes you a liar, man. Simple as. All liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and with brimstone, which is the second death. But yet there's guys who want to say, oh, there's more wickedness in GMS than there is in the world. You tell me, which member of GMS is a murderer? Tell me, which member of GMS is committing adultery? And I'm not saying it doesn't happen. There's probably someone in there who's doing that. But can you really bring evidence and expose that? If you can, then good for you. Let's do it. Let's get this person out of the camp. Who's working witchcraft? Oh, you got evidence? Bring it to us, man. Let us discommunicate people who are doing such things. Who's getting abortions? You know? And then you want to criticize men because they're inspired by King David as a role model. What the hell's wrong with you, man? Or you just like King David because he's mighty. You don't know what that man's heart's saying. We know King David was mighty, both in the spirit and physically. What? Are we ignorant to the fact that King David wrote the longest book in the Bible, the book of Psalms? Are you a clown? Seems like it, man. Because we all know King David was a mighty man, both in spirit and physically. Because King David didn't even start off physically strong. King David looked like a stripling compared to his brothers, and they didn't even think that he was worthy to be anointed. But it's only after he slew Goliath that David got fame for his might. And he didn't even look like a guy that could take Goliath out. So where the hell are you coming from with this whack shit, man? All you want to do is criticize men. No matter what a man does, he's going off and he's wrong. Dude, you're the one going off and you're the one that's wrong, man. As I said, all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. And yeah, man, I'm going to close this one out here because I could do a lot more. I could say a lot more, but the point's been made, man. And that chariot is still overhead. I can't twist the screen to show it, but let me see if I can get it on camera here. I don't know if it's going to come up, but there's a chariot overhead. All praises. Kaholati Yahweh Hashem Yahashai Hashem Kadash. You know? Fawadi Yahweh Hashem Yahashai. And no, I said Thawada because there's a the th in the Hebrew. There's no t. It's no t. It's th. Fawadi Yahweh Hashem Yahashai. For lying, me to be out here and doing this lesson, man. Lord willing, I'm going to do another lesson because I still got a ways to go. But yeah, shalom for now. Shalom to the elect in the nation of Israel. And Baal, on to the next one. Shalom.